Mayor Ross Baraka, nice to talk with you. And let's hope when we talk to you in a few more months from now, the streets are exactly as we'd like to see them again.
God willing.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sandra Bookman, and Here and Now, we'll be right back.
52 blocks is a martial arts defensive technique that focuses on self-preservation in the event that you are attacked. Now, our next guest has been practicing this survival art form since he was 12 years old, and he now teaches virtual classes to people around the world. Joining us today is the founder and CEO of 52 Blocks Inc., Lyte Burly. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So when did you first get involved with martial arts? How old were you?
Oh, I was very, very young. I went to a boarding / military school in Philadelphia called Girard College, and they had Taekwondo, collegiate wrestling. So I had a chance to start early, and my mother had me in the YMCA when the YMCA was the place to be, and we took karate there.
Yeah, well, she got you off the street. She wanted you to
That's right. I wasn't good. The problem it's funny that I am the martial artist I am now, because in the beginning I wasn't too good. My focus was everywhere. I never made it to yellow belt. My mother and brother went to yellow belt. I stayed in white belt, but that was my beginnings of my martial art path. And it picked up later when I had my experience with 52 Blocks, which was a guy that had lived around my way, got into an argument with another guy, and he did this funny hand gesture, and it was very attention grabbing, and won the fight very fast, very quick fight.
So, and that spoke to you, I guess.
Oh, that it spoke to me. The rhythmic, the calmness of it, the attention grabbing of it, and I didn't really understand how big that is in martial arts as I know now.
So,
but I knew it was something special.
Explain to all of us exactly what 52 Blocks is. I mean, it's a type of martial arts. You see me doing my hands like this, like I know what I'm doing. I'm just
you're close. I give you some lessons.
Because I'd never heard of it before, quite frankly.
It's all defensive art. Now, this is what makes it special, because I've trained in many arts. A lot of arts, their bottom line is kind of hurt the person in front of you to get home. Understandable. If your life is on the line, you got to do what you got to do. But 52 Blocks is the only art that says self-preservation, which is make sure the person in front of you can't hurt you. And then that opens up a whole different area of what you can do and how a fight can go. A lot of people don't really want to fight, but if you've been taught to box and you get into arguments, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fire your weapon, you're going to punch. Now, that guy may have not really want to fight, but he was upset. Now he has to fight. 52, because of his defensive nature, allows that not to happen. It allows you to kind of leave the fight, maybe through a conversation or making a good friend. It was an art that started with black boxers, Jack Johnson, when they let black men into boxing. That brought in defense over offense. Now, boxing at this time was a pretty brutal art. Yeah. And the defense is what made it the sweet science. That's when it became the sweet science, when the defense was added.
So you're talking about the arm blocking.
Yes, okay. The feints. A lot of the movements are also meant to be attention grabbing, which is to kind of disguise what you're actually trying to do. Now, instead of just going in with a punch, you kind of use these moves to kind of throw them off to go in with your attack, if that's what you wanted to do. Because in 52 Blocks, we understand that the eyes are really the problem in the fight. Like if you had to fight somebody with their eyes closed, it wouldn't be a fight. They couldn't see what you were doing. Yeah. So if you can confuse what the eyes believe they're seeing, then you can do a lot more things.
Now you are teaching this method virtually, right?
Yes, virtually and personally. I started off. I offered people to come and bring their art against me, and we, sometimes it went well, sometimes not so good. But it was experience, and then I was able to start doing seminars and going to other schools and really not challenging it, but putting it up against what they did. I went to Denmark. And, I met with the Thai boxers out there. That was pretty interesting. And I went to Mayweather's gym. I sparred one of his new stars, Rolando Romeo. So all of that started building up my information. And now I do have 2 virtual online classes that you can learn from.
Is this a good technique for women to learn and to use against someone who's stronger, say a guy that's stronger? Or
Definitely. My daughter, who was going to Morgan State, ended up getting me a seminar there. And when I got there, I'm expecting it's going to be a big seminar. I got all my stuff for the guys that hit the pads. When I walked in, it was all female seminar. So I was like, oh, okay. So I had to switch it up a little bit. So what we taught was defensive and evasive techniques to get away. A lot of these things that are taught to women is the fight, and the fight is a very tricky thing. But if you can learn these evasive movements to escape, way better. I tell all my students that the Bruce Lee fighting 10 people is what it is. It's just a movie. If you see 10 people, you look for your escape. You do not.
That's really the objective. I mean, is to get away from that person.
Yes.
And to,
yes.
Unless you are just, hell bent on killing him.
Yes.
But most people are not really in a position to be able to do that.
That's right. Yes. With offense, as I was saying, a lot of people are not built to do what a lot of these arts are telling you to do, which is to hurt and maim people.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why, and I do a lot of martial arts. I meet people that do Krav Maga, and Krav Maga is for Israel soldiers who are protecting real people, so they got to do real dangerous things. So a layman's man, it's very hard to pick that up and then to have to do that to somebody. But defense is natural.
Yes. And are people surprised at how effective this 52 blocks can be in accomplishing the goal of stopping an attacker and perhaps getting away or slowing this situation down?
Oh yes, very. It's been used by a lot of our boxers like Mayweather. We see that Mayweather, boxing is a brutal sport. We see Mayweather now at the end of his career. He still looks pretty. He's talking okay. No deficiency. It's because of defense that allowed that. And so the uses and excellence of defense, can never be argued against. It's just that it's one of those things that's not cool. It's not it's best to just attack the man. Everybody set to attack. And that's where the mind state goes over, let me protect myself. And sometimes because you attack so hard, that's what actually help bring about your end or a bad time.
So tell me where can we find your virtual courses and classes, and is there a cost?
Advanced.lyteburly.com is one of them. Advanced.lyteburly, all one word.com, and learn-martial-arts.
Is that learn-martialarts.com?
Yeah, learn-martial-arts, all one word.com. There is 500 lessons. I certify instructors. Advanced.lyteburly.com is kind of for the people who already know how to fight and they don't want to go through all of the steps in the other one, because the other one is very more school-based. You get one lesson a day. At Advanced